What are we doing today?
Planting up some vegetable seedlings.
Okay.
And showing off the seeds.
Okay, because
Yeah.
you've got great seeds.
Thank you.
She's also got great legs, by the way. Sorry, hi. We're back. This is our next episode on how to plant up things for wintertime here in South Africa. I am Melanie, and this is my lovely assistant, Linda. No, she's not my assistant. I'm just joking. She has her own. She does the stuff that I don't do. Okay, I play with pretties. She plays with stuff that feeds you.
Yes.
So, what are you planting up today?
So actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to use these fantastic Hadeco products, the Pocon range, because I remember when you used these planting up your bulbs, Mel, I'm going to just do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Because these are fantastic. I mean, they hold moisture. What did you say? They hold moisture.
Yeah.
They're good for aeration. They're great for drainage. So I'm going to do that.
Yes.
And because we're sitting in, where are we now? Nearly April.
Yeah.
It's a good time to actually start.
Autumn.
Yes.
They call it autumn.
Yes.
Or fall in America.
That's, yeah. With
Fall
those
over.
funny, you can feel the temperatures they're changing.
Yeah.
Getting quite cool in
Yeah.
the mornings and quite cool in the evenings. So it's a good time to actually plant from seedling, unless it's a really fast-growing crop, and then you can actually plant radish. Those are so fast-growing. Lettuce, radish, they're fantastic. And these Frankie Cementi radish, I mean, look at these colors. 4 colors.
Oh,
Aren't they beautiful?
amazing.
Interestingly, radish is the same family as cabbage, kale, cauliflower,
So
etc.
all cruciferous vegetables.
Absolutely, which are the best for your health, really, they
Yeah.
are. So I've put some of these corals in there, these hydro corals. Probably about 2 to 3 centimeters in this size pot.
Yep.
This is about a 15 centimeter depth and width pot. And we're going to put this amazing potgrond. I mean, look at that.
It is
Just
lovely.
the friability is just amazing. It's perfect. And I know you mentioned that you can use this. There's enough food in here to actually grow bulbs. And
I'm sure it would do the same thing for your veggies.
to germinate or to grow the seedling when it's little. I'd add some Pocon vegetable garden fertilizer as well, just a little bit, but I do that only when the seedling's bigger.
That's interesting because I know that vegetables are very heavy feeders, okay?
Yes,
And
yes.
you need to keep feeding them. But we've got this, which is a flower bulb food, so that probably wouldn't be very good for fertilizing your veggies.
Yes,
Because
no,
this has
too
got
high.
like a lot of potassium in it, which
Yes.
makes flowers.
Yes, too
So
high.
it might just
And
be
very
too
high
high.
in nitrogen.
Yeah.
It's very high in nitrogen. So that's why I'd go with the Pocon vegetable garden fertilizer,
Yeah.
because that's been engineered and it's organic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant a seedling. This is pak choi. You know what? I'm just going to move this out the way. Let me put that over here. That's it. I've made a hole.
Yeah.
And I always like to put water in the hole first before
Why?
I actually. Well, the good thing is when you put water in the hole first, you want the water to touch the roots immediately so that you can prevent transplant shock.
Okay.
And the plant literally will stay upright. If you put water in the
Okay.
hole first, you let that water touch the seedling roots. That's really important. If you plant it in a pot, if you plant it in the ground, same thing. Cover it up. Always
some
make
more
sure
soil
that you
in.
cover, make sure that your soil is level with the first set of leaves.
All right.
You don't want it to be, stacked up against the plant, because the minute you water it, you'll lose that soil.
It all
Exactly.
goes down, yeah.
Yeah. So you'll see this will just stay straight up.
So now you're
Fabulous.
planting in a pot, and
Yeah.
you could probably go and put something decorative on there if you
Yes.
want, a little bit of, I don't know, something just to keep the moisture in, because of
Yes.
course transpiration is one of the biggest things. All the evaporation happens. So on this one, I've talked about earlier putting plants on the top, so you can put pansies or whatever.
Yes.
But obviously you can't really do that with this. So what would you do in a pot, and what would you do in the garden when it comes?
Mulch. And I use straw because
Okay.
it degrades quickly, and it's just so versatile. So I use straw, and I never have enough, dead leaves. You can use dead leaves or dead grass, but I never have enough when I do really large gardens for clients. I don't have enough of those kinds of things. So I have enough straw. I have access to straw, so I use that as a mulch.
But if you don't have access to straw, you can always just make a nice thick layer of compost.
Well, you could do that, and as well you could grow a living compost, which is basically growing something like clover. You don't let it go to seed, but that's amazing because it's a legume and it feeds the soil at the same time.
Fantastic.
So
Okay, so there we are. Now, if you want to put it on your windowsill, obviously you
Yes.
don't want it just looking like this and standing in the middle of nowhere with water dropping out the bottom. You can once again use a pot cover,
Absolutely.
which has no holes in it.
And you don't let the roots actually lie in the water, because you've got these hydrocorals in the bottom,
Yeah.
so it actually keeps the roots,
And this is
quite
sitting
dry.
off the bottom as well.
Yes, and this looks really pretty. I mean, this is really nice to have.
Mm.
You can even put it on a table somewhere. As long as it gets your 6 to 8 hours of sun a day,
Absolutely.
you're good to go.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so there we are. Now all we need to do basically is
Water.
feed and water.
Oh, feed and water.
Feed and
Do
water.
you want the water?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll
we have
let
water.
you do. I don't.
Okay, you tell me how much, because you know your stuff.
Well,
with
when it runs
dogs.
out the bottom.
Okay, yes, you did say so.
Okay. Is it running out the bottom yet? Let's see.
Let's see. Nope.
No. Let's go. Ooh, making nice sludge mudge here.
Still not.
You just want to, there we go.
Oh,
It's
there
running
you go.
through.
Is that enough?
So now you leave it. You know you've watered enough, and you want to have this in a drip tray, obviously.
Yes.
Don't just leave it on the middle of your table like this. Now you're here. Okay, and the same thing for this one. Just make sure that you don't overwater it, that it's sitting
Yes.
with water this far up into the
No.
pot. Okay.
But you have to do, you have to give it a generous amount of water. And if you're going to put this on your windowsill and the seedling is this high already, this big, you could probably, wait a day. And as you said, you put your fingers in the soil, you
Just
feel
do-
if it's damp, if it's dry. If it doesn't stick on your hands like this, it's probably dry, and then you have to water it. Watering consistently is key.
And by the way, if you like getting muddy, this is just definitely the thing to do.
Absolutely.
Who likes anything better than a dirty blonde?